Al-Kindi. There are rare occasions in human history when nature removes its veil, allowing the intellect to view the magnificence of divine creation and transmit the knowledge gained from this experience to following generations. One of the most renowned thinkers and scholars of the Islamic classical era, Abu Yusuf Yaqub ibn Ishaq al-Kindi was born in Kufa in the year 800 CE to the famed al-Kindi tribe from South Yemen. Some members of this clan moved to southern Iraq after the arrival of Islam, where they were supported by the Umayyad and Abbasid caliphs. Al-Kindi's father served as the governor of Kufa, a bustling economic hub where traders and business people from Persia, Arabia, India, and China gathered. The legendary Harun ar-Rashid, who had inherited the school of translation founded by Caliph al-Mansur in 765 CE, controlled Baghdad at the time. At that time in history, the Islamic culture began to welcome fresh concepts from both the East and the West. With its expansion, the Abbasid Empire was exposed to concepts from ancient Greek, Indian, Zoroastrian, Buddhist, and Hindu cultures. The self-assured Muslims appropriated these concepts and gave them an exclusively Islamic shape. Islamic architecture, astronomy, chemistry, mathematics, medicine, music, philosophy, and ethics all sprang from this cauldron. The Muslims' faith was what gave them the courage to confront other cultures. The Muslims approached foreign civilizations with confidence solidly based in revelation, absorbing what they discovered to be true and adapting it to fit their own beliefs. The Quran challenges both sexes to take inspiration from nature, consider its patterns, and influence it in order to instill wisdom. This is the time when the Hakim, who represents the model of ancient Islamic civilization, first appears, meaning, a person of wisdom. In Islam, a scientist is a man of wisdom who views nature from within and synthesizes his knowledge into a fundamental whole, not a specialist who studies it from the outside. The Hakim's search is not merely for information's sake, but for the realization of the fundamental unity that permeates all of creation and the relationships that show the wisdom of God. The Caliph al-Ma'mun, a scholar in his own right who had studied medicine, fiqh, logic, and was a Hafiz-e-Quran, now oversaw Baghdad. He summoned academics from Greece, India, and Persia to translate and advance the works of Persian mystics, Hindu mathematicians, and Greek philosophers. Scholars who were familiar with Indian numerals, the zero idea, Ayurvedic medicine, and the astronomical writings of Aryabhatta and Brahmagupta arrived from India. Muslims, Christians, Jews, Zoroastrians, and Hindu intellectuals all contributed to the translation process. The world received contributions from the Muslims in the form of algebra, chemistry, sociology, and the idea of infinity. Al-Ma'mun quickly noticed the young, brilliant Al-Kindi and hired him as a translator at the Baytul Hikmah. Here, Al-Kindi met the great thinkers of his time, including mathematician Al-Khwarizmi, d. 863, the creator of algebra, and chemist Ibn Hayyan, d. 815, who founded the discipline of chemistry. He made contributions to mathematics, physics, chemistry, astronomy, geometry, medicine, and music. He is credited for authoring 241 books, including ones in the following subjects: logic, mathematics, astronomy, physics, geometry, music, and music theory. Al-Kindi developed his own ideas on akhlaq, character and ethics. He also advised moderation in the pursuit of happiness, just like the Imams of fiqh. He considered bravery and knowledge to be admirable qualities of the intellect and soul, but even here, moderation was necessary. Al-Kindi, the Mutazilites and the crystallization of Islamic orthodoxy. Al-Kindi saw the upheaval that the arrival of Greek philosophy and its eventual rejection in favor of practical science generated in the Islamic world. It is important to clarify this period of Islamic history because it is frequently said that the decline of science in Islamic culture was caused by the rejection of Greek reason. In Muslim countries, science and culture continued to advance long after Greek rationalism was rejected. Greek culture praised human nobility and regarded human reason as the pinnacle of creation. In addition to adopting a rational mindset, early Muslims were eager to rationally defend their own ideas. There were issues raised about the nature of man, his relationship to creation, his duties and responsibilities, and the characteristics of divine attributes. No Muslim scholar would engage in research unless his methodology was founded in the Quran. There are undoubtedly signals for a people of intelligence in the creation of the heavens and the earth, according to the Quran, 2-164, as well as in the Prophet's Sunnah. In fact, the Quran calls on human reason to take in the beauty of creation, consider its purpose, and comprehend the transcendence that permeates it. Kalam refers to the philosophical sciences that sprang from this effort: discourse, usually a religious discourse. Despite the conceptual difficulties faced by the Greeks, the Muslims were able to uphold the belief that God may be known by his names, qualities, and the beauty of his creation, but that his transcendence is concealed by his light. The logical perspective, it should be noted, elevates human reason to the top of creation and renders the world knowable. According to al-Yuhani, both men and women are capable of acting as free agents in addition to having the capacity to understand creation through reason. Man is required to understand the world and use his free will to act in it since he is a rational being. The Qadariyya school was the name of this institution, root word qdr, meaning power or free will. Ibn Safwan holds that God has unlimited authority and that man's actions, both good and bad, as well as his ultimate fate, heaven or hell, are predetermined. The Qidda school, like the Qadariyya school, looked to the Quran for support, say, according to the Quran, 7-188, I have no control over anything that might be good or bad for me. The Islamic civilization was only beginning to understand Greek rationalism, much as the Christian civilization in earlier periods. The Mutazila school, established in 749 CE, was the result of the Qadariyya school's synthesis, development, and articulation into a single philosophical system. The Mutazila school can be seen as the Islamic world's initial answer to the challenge posed by Greek thinking. This school thrived for about 2 centuries and, at various points, dominated Muslim thought. This intellectual conflict had a significant impact on Islamic history. The idea of personal accountability, as well as rewards and penalties for behavior, quoting Quran 2-286, on no soul does God lay a load greater than it can bear. The Mutazilite school became the official dogma of the empire under Caliph Ma'mun. The Mutazilites gained governmental support from Caliph Mansur to Caliph al-Mutawakkil, 765-847 CE. The Mutazilites steered the intellectual course of Islam for about a century. They also went too far in extending their methods to include Quranic and divine qualities. There was a tremendous lot of uncertainty among the populace due to Mutazilite notions. Imam Hanbal promoted rigorous devotion to the Quran and the Prophet's confirmed Sunnah. He insisted that the Quran was the inerrant, eternal word of God. His position was a direct challenge to the Mutazilites, who received the Caliph's official support. Imam Hanbal had a significant role in the Caliph al-Mutawakkil's decision to close the Mutazilite school in 847 CE. Al-Kindi, who lost his favor with the government, was one of those who received such a punishment. Divergent viewpoints have occasionally endured such a destiny throughout Islamic history.